The man that you're looking at on the screen right now is about to break a record that I'm going to make the assumption, I'm going to make the assertion that this record will never be broken again, and I'm going to use a little bit of math to do it. So, Austin McNamara is the punter that you're watching. The record broken is most 50-yard punts in one game, and the number that you're about to hear should drop your jaw because this man hit 8 50-yard punts in one game on 9 punt attempts. And he's 2 yards away from actually hitting 9 for 9 50-yard punts. But the fact that he hit 8 leads me to make the claim that I don't think this will ever happen again. And here is why. For starters, it's extremely rare to have a game with 8 or more punts in it. For this game, it took him 9 attempts to get 8 punts, but let's just kind of put some things into context here. The average number of punts in a college game is 4.47 punts, making them having 8 or 9 punts extremely rare. In fact, if we look at the standard deviation, it is almost 1, making an 8 punt game almost 4 whole standard deviations outside of the average, meaning that it only happened once every 0.006% of the time. That is an extremely rare occasion to have happen. To add on to this, there are a couple other factors that have to go into play. For one, the ball always has to be on the opposite side of the 50 as just the very base minimum. No guaranteeing that the punter is going to hit every punt of 50 or more yards, but if it starts on the opposite side of the 50, it means that even the biggest punt he could hit could only be 49 or less yards. So this is one key thing that must absolutely happen, and in 9 punts, that's not always guaranteed. The next thing that has to happen is the obvious. The punter has to kick the ball 50 or more yards. Now, that might sound easy enough for a lot of the couch warriors out there that think every punter is just an automatic jugs machine that can hit punts 50 or more yards without even trying, but unfortunately I'm here to tell you today that that's not the easiest thing done, which makes this feat so much more impressive, because not only was 8 out of 9 punts 50 or more yards, but like I said in the beginning, his only punt of less than 50 yards was actually 48. Now some of that might have to do with the fact that the Red Raiders' anemic offense was just quite frankly wearing his leg out, but on top of that, it's just not that easy to do. A slight miss hit, any little bit of pressure, anything that he just takes an ounce off of that ball, and it just fell down lightly at a 48-yard punt. To show just a little bit more how hard this is, I pulled up some pro comparisons who got a similar number of punts, and not just any pros, some of the best. For example, in a Saints vs. Colts matchup in 2015, Thomas Morstead had to punt 10 times, and only half of those went for 50 or more yards. In a Colts vs. Broncos showing in 2013, Pat McAfee himself only hit 4 out of 9 punts for 50 or more yards. And in a 2009 Chiefs vs. Raiders matchup, Shane Leckler, arguably one of the best to ever do it, only hit 6 for 11 of 50 or more yards. And trust me, all of these guys had 8 opportunities to hit 50 or more yards per punt in that one game, but it just didn't happen. And these guys are not bad, and by no means did they have bad games. Austin McNamara just had an incredible, outstanding, unbelievably good showing, and like I said, it's doubtful we'll ever see it again. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoy, and with my luck, this record's going to be broken next year by somebody that we've never even heard of. But as always, I hope you're having a good day, and peace.